Good evening, good afternoon, whoever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Northeast Kansas. This afternoon's or this evening's scene will take place in the Princess Elysium, which is in some upper-class hotel, the name of which currently escapes me. Alexei Zandrovna, the Venture Primogen, is currently pacing back and forth, wearing a hole in the floor as he's kind of muttering to himself in Russian. Clearly quite agitated as he strides through the center of the room and back, nobody wanting to get in his way.
Bobby is just sitting at the table, reading a manual for a lawnmower.
Ash will walk in after having brought Ollie to like the little side lounge so the keeper doesn't get all upset. Because apparently ghouls must be kept in this own little separate room. Freaking Tremere. Keeper of Elysium bullshit. Anyway, so Ash will then just kind of walk in, take a laptop out of his messenger bag, and open it up, turn it on, and just start attack.
Alright, so a fairly tall, well-built, Samoan-looking dude walks in. He's wearing a black tank top and a pair of jeans. And he just walks and looks at everybody. Well, howdy. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh god, it's Rise of the South.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget where we're at? We're in Kansas. It's pretty southern. I guess kind of more Midwestern. I don't know.
I think it counts as Midwest.
Yeah.
Right. With an old Kansas accent.
You! Alexei will say as he points a finger at Ash. This is all your fault!
Whoa. I walked into some shit.
That's a mighty hefty accusation you're throwing around there, Primogen.
If you had simply let me kill these sorcerer Punchka when we had the chance, we wouldn't have an Archon bleeding down our necks.
Definitely
What makes you think you'd be able to kill all of them?
How do you know it was the sorcerers? From the rumors I've heard, it was simply that a demon was spotted in Gage Park.
And who deals with demons? Sitka.
Ollie.
Pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
For the record, Kim, out of game, you wouldn't know the Bali exist.
Yeah,
we know that is true, but we would know what's called Infernalists exists.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just the Bali is a very
Bali would require a high level of lore. Yes.
But he will say
none of us would have.
One way or the other, unless Glen Premier are going around admitting that they've been doing naughty things in their damned chantry, I don't see anyone else who is responsible.
David raises a hand.
Yes, tall, dark stranger who I don't know.
First off, my name's David Morris. Pleasure to meet y'all. I was looking to kind of get acknowledged and everything. Is it's here or?
Prince isn't here right now, but they'll be in later, I'm sure. Just keep showing up.
Alright. So second question, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
So there's, you realize you're in the, as far as the camera is concerned, you're in somewhere that's the, the grotesque love child of a front line of a war, and the ass end of nowhere.
Yeah. I kind of figured that.
Right. Well, there's a demon wandering about, and one of the Tremere Archons has been sent in to deal with it.
He essentially is correct.
Also there are furries wandering about as well. So, careful you don't get eviscerated by the giant walking Cuisinarts.
I'll do my best.
What family do you claim parents of Mr. Morris, was it?
I'm a clan gangrel.
You can see a visible kind of...
Problem?
May you do better than the last fuckwit gangrel we had present himself to the prince. 1,000-year-old shovelhead, he called himself. Fucking moron.
Yeah, he wasn't the brightest penny in the fountain.
David just kind of opens and closes his mouth several times, like he's not really sure how to respond to that.
Mm-hmm. It gets better though.
And
Apparently
he was adopted
he
by the Toreador Primogen, which was actually kind of hilarious.
Duh.
I mean, good on her. Oh, and the gangrel Primogen was... is he still around? I haven't seen him recently.
Is this the same Pragashka who thought he could issue orders to reclaim the blood without the prince's approval?
That's the one.
Mm. I haven't seen him either.
He's calling Babushka?
No, a Prakashka, which is apparently
Okay.
Russian for like a moron or idiot.
Okay. I thought you said Babushka, like out of character. I was about to have a witty comment, but nope.
No, he does call people babushka occasionally. But no, it wasn't in that particular case. But yes, needless to say, hopefully you will bring up the intelligence quotient of Clan Gangrel rather sufficiently, my friend.
I mean, I'm not a fuckwit, if that's what you're saying.
It's a step up already.
There's plenty of fuckwits. But, whatever. It's the front lines. We'll take what we can get. So let me... yeah, in fact, you might even become the gangrel Primogen if the other one's not around.
In that case, you have introduced yourself. Allow us to do same. Alexei Zandrovna, head of Clan Ventru in the city. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Aren't you the only clan venture in the city?
There are NPCs, apparently. So, no-ish.
Yeah, we're more senior, though.
Not really.
No?
No.
Who are the others?
I'm pretty
Actually,
sure the Ventru Prince is got more seniority than you.
Actually,
Yeah.
we're out of character, we're about the same age.
Yes, but I think he counts as more.
Yeah, it probably does. But,
There's no thanks. He does count as more because he is a prince.
Yes, that's fair. But but it's as I said, NPCs, are just NPCs. But I don't think we're counted as the only members of our clans, just the ones who are the most vocal and or public.
I mean, this is a small town. So very possibly we're the only ones, in fact.
Possibly. I will ask Sean.
I'm Robert Lee Anderson. I'm nominally the Primogen of Clan Bruja. To the best of my knowledge, I'm also the only member of Clan Bruja. There was another, but he fucked off somewhere.
Probably have better things to do than, wander around in a city with demons and shit.
Probably. Can't say I do. And, yeah, your Primogen is Alfred Montbank or something.
He literally calls himself a Montebank in his own fucking name.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And yourself, and he'll gesture to Ash.
Ash, Nosferatu Primogen.
You appear to have wandered in on rather the impromptu council meeting, it would seem.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to wander around on weird shit happening, so I'm not really surprised.
Do you drink, Mr. Morrison?
He'll just kind of give a non-committal hand gesture.
Alexei will walk over and smash down a bottle of vodka on the table. He's not breaking it, but just kind of to emphasize that it's been put down. And he will pour a shot glass for himself and a shot glass for you before raising it. Na zdrowie.
Whatever you said in Russian. I'll raise the shot glass.
They'll clink glasses and take the shot. It's good vodka.
And I don't,
like really
I don't
expensive.
I do not have the Eats with Merit, but I can't remember if I can roll stamina to keep it down temporarily.
I don't words.
Let me look real quick.
Fuck, I dropped. What was the last thing you guys heard from me?
You introduced yourself.
Oh, I also just introduced the entire court.
Oh. We kind of all introduced ourselves after you introduced yourself, so it's all good.
Okay, yeah, he said, here's your lay of the land. Our prince is Mr. James Whitmore, Clan Vontrue, Seneschal is Mr. Joseph Cambridge, Clan Nosferatu, Harpy is Zenon Fultz, Clan Toreador, of course. Our sheriff is Sheriff Hafsa, Clan Asamite. Our keeper of Elysium is Mr. Robert Hugh, Clan Tremere. And of the other Primogen who aren't here right now, Tremere have Mr. Joseph Loeb, Toreador have Miss Hazel Sullivan, and the Mulcavian have Mr. Prime.
His name is Prime. We just kind of do that. We don't understand it. We just accept.
Kids these days. Whatever.
Yeah, his thing. What can I say? But yes, the last thing we want. Well, no, actually, I retract my own statement. What we want is for this Archon to return to the Camarilla with a glowing report of the war effort in Kansas currently, and hopefully for them to send us more support, unless they wish us to actually be pushed out of this fetid little place by the Sabbat.
Of course, that's not likely to happen, because if they send a glowing report, then they won't need then they'll say we won't need support, because we're doing so well already. And if they get a bad report, then they'll say, well, we might as well just write them off. Best of luck, chaps.
Well,
so, whatever.
One can hope.
Yeah.
To answer the question, Chris, we're pretty much just talking in the Elysium. But yes, you mentioned somewhere to me, Mr. Ash, with these fuckwits, these wizard fuckwits, something like it had a weird name, a place, infinite something. What was it?
No, for someone who was accusing me of stuff, you sure seem to want my information.
Yes, mostly because if you don't shut up and accept the fact that an Archon is coming, and we better get our fucking ducks in a row, we're all going to be on the chopping block.
It's also kind of funny that you're telling me to shut up when I've been the one next to Mr. James or David over there who hasn't been speaking so much. It's been you and the other one who have just been blah 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 blah.
That is true.
I asked you a question. I would like an answer.
And I'd like you to turn the sass down a little bit and stop ordering people around.
So, Mr. David Morrison, what brings you to this fine city or back to this fine city?
I'm just kind of wondering. It seemed like a good place to stop at. I can see just from this conversation that nah, I wasn't really, but
That's interesting place. Yeah. Are you gonna base yourself here, or are you gonna, head off somewhere else and you're just stopping in for a while?
I'll probably stick around for a bit. I don't know.
Cool. So, awkward silence. Delightful. Are we throwing a party or something for the Archon?
It's a premier Archon. They tend not to like all that pomp and circumstance. I suspect he will come, expect a report, and do his job. It will be all business. But yes, we'll show him, well, he'll first probably investigate his own plan, as obviously whenever in Kindred Society you hear the phrase demon. But then we'll tell him what we know about the others. Hopefully he'll find them, he'll root them out, he'll kill them, and then we can be back to our normal regimen of killing the Sabbat by Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. To be clear, there isn't that much actual killing of Sabbat.
We've been killing gangbanger Sabbat for about 2 or 3 weeks now.
2 or 3 weeks. Ooh.
Well, since the game started, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, whatever. I hope that it's the whole situation's resolved peacefully.
Oh, excellent. Ah, of course. Sorry, I just actually rolled his intelligence to see if he could remember the name of the thing. And he rolled 3 successes. He had diff 9. Ironic. But he will say, yeah, Nesbuetia. The name you told me, Mr. Ash. The Infinite Improbability Drive. That's the name. We'll send him there. I'm sure he'll have fun.
When did Ash tell you this again? Do you have a scene?
Yeah, the scene it was the one where we introed Tim, and you started to talk about the thing. Basically, we paid you a lot of money to tell us the things that you'd learned, and that was one of them.
Okay.
Has Tim done another scene since then, by the way? Because I think he was going to do me a favor, and I just don't know if he hasn't seen the character, if he's actively avoiding doing me the favor.
I haven't seen him since.
Okay.
So, yes. Huh. This thing's self-powered. That's kind of cool.
So, this gangrel primitive guy y'all were mentioning, he sounds kind of like a fucklet. You know that?
Well, to be honest, for the longest time we had no gangrel in the city that could speak with animals.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. Ash was the only one who could.
Which is why I just said I was the only one who could speak with animals. I really hope that you can, Mr. David. That would be so nice.
Yeah, I try to, get a base of everything that my clan can do. So, yes, I can, in fact, with animals.
That's great.
Just do us a favor. Do small favor for the good of the court. For the love of God, don't fuck with the pixies or whatever they call themselves. We had enough to deal with that last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, considering I don't know what that is, I can't really promise that I won't fuck, given that I'll have no idea what one looks like.
I'm assuming they're those like little tiny things you see on mushrooms whenever you look in like a fairy tale book. Just rip their rings off. It seems like that would work.
That seems needlessly violent. Why would I do that?
Somewhere out there in the cosmic universe, CC shuddered.
I mean, probably. But Ash is just gonna look over to David and shrug. And then look back at the computer and attack.
Effective and violent oftentimes walk hand in hand, Mr. Morris. I'm sure you understand that premise.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yep.
Well, it seems a lot of people are talking tonight.
Seems every night.
I mean, I just got here. I don't really know what's going on, besides what y'all told me. And that's some pretty bare bones details of what has happened, honestly, as far as I understand.
Well, the local zoo blew up.
Yeah.
Do we have any information on what happened there?
I'm still working on it.
Did they ever recover the missing lions that went kapoof?
Nope.
Nope.
Seriously, where the fuck do you keep 3 fucking grown lions and you not find them?
Don't worry about it.
Ash is just gonna smile.
By the look on your face, I sense you know something.
I know where you could hide them, but they're not down there.
Ah.
Sewer lions. That's a pretty cool urban legend.
I've heard of sewer crocodiles, but that's getting ridiculous.
No. There's a difference between alligators and crocodiles. It's
Of course.
alligators in the sewers. I'm still working on
there are
that.
sewer crocodiles somewhere.
I mean, like in Africa, probably, but we're not in Africa.
Sure, they could bring them as pets here.
But why get a crocodile all the way from Africa when you could just grab an alligator from Florida or Louisiana?
Because it's easier to just order one.
Professional pride.
Because nobody would expect it. You think, oh, I'm just going to get an alligator. Ah, it's actually a crocodile. Fuck.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
Do you have
Then, while they're distracted by you explaining the differences, the crocodile has snuck up behind them and has taken their leg.
And incidentally, there are American crocodiles in Florida.
I have a feeling you just Googled that.
No,
Mm.
I lived in Florida for a long time.
coincidentally, Mr. I'm sorry, your name was again?
Morris. David Morris.
Yes. My apologies, Mr. Morris. And have you somewhere to stay until you are acknowledged if the prince is not in this evening?
Yeah. I've got a little hotel room. They know not to bug me during the day. Told them I work
Good.
nights.
Good. Just making sure you are set up and situated. After all, if Mr. Montebank is not here, someone should take responsibility, huh?
Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate it.
Well, that's interesting. Kimberly, out of character, I actually did Google it, or wiki it, and I'm just looking up the Cuban crocodile, which is like a special kind of crocodile found only in Cuba, in freshwater swamps.
Thought you had Googled that.
Yeah. Apparently, it used to be in the Caymans and Bahamas, but they only found fossils. And it was evolved to. It did pack hunting of prehistoric megafauna like the giant sloth. It's also the most intelligent of the crocodiles, and the smallest.
We've learned a new thing.
Yes.
But yes, that Mr. Stone. Maybe we should just have him dragged in here. He could probably answer questions for the Archon when he arrives.
Yes, that's a great idea. Let's bring someone with a demon friend to our headquarters.
Very well, then we will at least give the Archon the list of names we know so he can go and question them. Let the Premier deal with this. That's why they're here.
Yes, I'm sure he doesn't already. I mean, we should do that, but I'm sure he already has them. It's not like the email hasn't been invented. He probably has a dossier. This is probably not a plum assignment for him either.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious we kind of help him what we can and otherwise stay out of his way. If he needs us to do something, he'll let us know.
Pretty much.
You're correct. In that case, gentlemen, I shall bid you good evening. I should go and oversee some things.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank you for your time.
A pleasure meeting you too, Mr. Morris. I do hope that you will come to, how do you say, enjoy your time in, sorry, out of character with, we're in Topeka. I do hope you will come to enjoy your time in Topeka.
I think it would be even better if that was in character. Where the fuck am I now? I don't know.
I meant to be like the biggest crime boss in the city, so it'd be really weird if I didn't know where I was getting all the drugs shipped to.
Yes. Do you really care? It's like another day's $100. I don't know. I sell meth. All right. What does it matter where I am?
Everywhere I go,
Arkansas.
Everywhere I go, I'm a selling meth. Anyway.
Right. I mean, like, there's plenty of people to buy it throughout the minute. It's like, I don't know, whatever. There's trailer parks. There's people buying that. Great. Cool. Whatever.
Anyway, there we go. Does anyone else have anything they particularly want to do or say?
No. Bobby goes back to his instruction manual for the lawnmower.
Because he's an all-American hero.
Yes, let's go with that.
Okay. In that case, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been another scene for Northeast Kansas.